Hey, what's up, boys? What I tell you, man? Cannot sleep. I can't sleep. SR has had me awake, bro, the last 2 nights, just up. Like, I got so much energy right now. Thankfully, I don't have to work until like 5 p.m. tomorrow night. I have a closing shift tomorrow night, so I should be straight. But, like, bro, I've been trying to sleep and I can't sleep. So, all these experiences that I've been going through lately. I'm just come out here and just put them out here on these videos. I've been going through a lot of stuff, a lot of spiritual attacks, a lot of experiences, um, learning a lot, you guys, learning a lot from God. Obviously, getting a lot of different downloads, and man, definitely get upgrades after spiritual attacks, you guys. So hang on. I just made a video, 2 videos ago. Tonight I made it. It's my 3rd video of the night. But all about spiritual warfare and attacks and how we start feeling better afterwards. So it's all about hanging on. So this video, you guys, I wanted to talk about something about the females, right? About interacting with girls and stuff like that. As soon as we start to retain, and how everything is different. All right, so I basically want to talk about a couple experiences that I went through, and then something that actually just happened to one of my homies, right? As far as how females act. Well, certain females out here. I'm not going to generalize them and say that all of them act like this, but this is what I want to speak on. Okay, so as soon as you go on retention, you guys, I've talked a lot about the spiritual blessings. I've talked a lot about as soon as we start to eliminate the lust, right? God blesses us with certain spiritual gifts. It talks about it in the Bible. Joy, gratitude, fortitude, strength. I don't know every single one, but a big one, you guys, is called discernment, right? I've made videos about this. A lot of different people talk about this, but discernment, you guys, is the ability to read people's energy and to read people's intentions, before you really even speak to them. This is a spiritual gift from God. It's almost like you have x-ray vision / psychic abilities, and to a certain degree. It's not like you're completely psychic, but like, you can read people's intentions and what they're trying to do, essentially, like with you, and when they're interacting with you, by the way they speak, their body language, the way they act on social media, the way they text you, the way they talk to you on the phone, all types of things, you guys. I feel like it, SR gets you so hyper focused, and so paying attention to details and just tunnel vision and just locked in on certain things. I know you guys feel me on that, but mix that in with the discernment, you guys. As far as these females go, and like playing like any sort of mind game or anything that some of these girls like to play, bro, it's a wrap. It's really hard to get things by somebody who's been retaining for a long period of time. It's very hard to get things by us. What I'm saying? Like, if you've been on a long streak, bro, you really can pick up on people's energy, and then when the discernment hits, it's a wrap. I feel like with a lot of these females that I've interacted, so like we talk about a lot in the videos how you'll attract females, right? You'll attract all people. That's what I like to tell people, is like, it's not just the females, but the females are included, right? So it's all people. It's because of your vibration, and your energy. You become high vibrational, and you become someone that people want to be around, and that includes females, right? So but what I've learned, you guys, is that bro, these girls are going to expose themselves, right? They're going to expose who they are, and you're going to be like a step ahead of them. We're going to be a step ahead of them, so we're going to be able to see who's who. You're going to be able to tell if this girl is a Jezebel spirit or if she is the Ruth spirit. I've talked about this a lot in prior videos, but the Jezebel spirit is a girl that, for instance, wears a lot of makeup, artificial things, uses lust to reel you in, tries to manipulate you and control you. And then you got the Ruth spirit, who is a wholesome woman who believes in God, a woman, has spiritual principles, feminine in nature, likes a masculine man to lead her, certain things like that, like how they outline it pretty much in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So, man, as soon as the discernment kicks in, you can really tell who's who out here. I had an experience with a girl recently to where, she was talking to me for weeks and weeks and weeks, right? We're just being friendly and, chopping it up on the phone, texting and things like that, weeks and weeks and weeks. And then, telling me all these things, like complimenting me like crazy, right? Doing that love bombing thing to where telling me all this shit like, oh, you're handsome, you're cool, you're smart, all this shit, right? And then when it was time, for us to hang out, she kept having these excuses and shit. You know what I'm saying? She kept saying, like, I guess she said, like, her car wasn't working one time, and then a bunch of other excuses, you guys. And I'm just like, she's trying to make me, I feel like she's just trying to, like, keep me, on the hook. How some girls like to do that shit, right? And they play mind games, and they like to, once they notice that they got you or something, or, like, you express interest in them, then they try to, like, assert their dominance, you know what I mean? And try to get you to put them on a pedestal, and they want the power, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not going for that, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely not, I'm not going for that. That's literally, like, bowing down, to someone else and essentially telling them, that they have more power than you. I don't respect women who treat men like that. You know what I'm saying? I want a woman who's going to respect me first and foremost and going to be direct, with communication. I'm way too old to be playing any type of mind games and shit like that. I'm down to play, like, certain games and as far as, like, flirting and shit like that, but when it comes to not being direct with communicating and things like that, and leading you on and things like that, and, like, leaving you hanging, and if you don't want to hang out with somebody, obviously, just let them know that. Don't say, oh yeah, I do want to hang out, and then, passive aggressively or, like, some other weird, manipulation tactic, say it in some sideways fashion to where, you guys don't end up hanging out or something doesn't work out. Those type of people expose themselves. These type of females expose themselves. And, when these red flags pop up, you guys, that's when we really have to, when we're on retention, we can't be letting these type of females into our life. We got to be very picky with who we allow into our life and who we give our energy to. You know what I'm saying? Another example, this dude, one of my close homies was speaking with this girl, right? And he was like, oh, I really like this girl, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, bet. Send me a picture of her. We chop it up about all types of stuff, and just like, and he was essentially hitting me up, for advice and things like that. I'm like, all right, send me a picture, right? Sends me a picture, red flags off the rip, you know what I mean? I'm trying to tell him that my discernment is way up, and I'm like, bro, I'm just going to give it to you straight, you know what I mean? So please don't be offended, but, like, this girl had a lot of piercings. She had a piercing right here, a dermal, a bunch of tattoos and shit like that. I believe she even had, like, a satanic tattoo on her hand or some shit, like a pentagram. So I pointed this shit out to him, right? And I'm like, bro, is this not, like, a red flag to you? You know what I mean? And he was blinded by his lust or his attraction, and obviously was like, yeah, but, I have a history with her. I really like her and all this stuff, right? And essentially, he ends up telling her that he has feelings for her, right? Like, they had a past. So he's like, you know what? I really liked you in the past, blah, blah, blah. Let's hang out. Let's meet up and stuff like that. And this girl just kept saying, he texted her one day and he was like, um, let's hang out, blah blah blah. She responds, okay, but I'm getting my lashes done right now. I'm getting my eyelashes done. And he goes, okay, well, let's hang out after. And she just says, I'm gonna be busy with something after. You know what I mean? So she doesn't explain that she can't hang out that day, right? She's just saying, I can't do it right now. I can't do it right now. She's leaving, my friend like that, just waiting and just like on the hook. You know what I'm saying? With indirect communication. You know what I'm saying? That is a telltale sign of a female who likes to play games. They're not direct with their communication. Red flags up the wazoo, you guys. We have to be very careful of females like this who are just gonna, and I'm not saying all girls are like this. Please don't take it that way. If you're a female and you see this video, that is not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there is a certain type of female that will definitely try to take advantage of guys, and they try to abuse the power. And as soon as they know that, like, you like them, things change at that moment, and they try to manipulate the situation and dominate things and take control and all this stuff. That's a huge red flag, all right, for guys like us on semen retention, guys like us that are in our masculine frame and want to live by the principles in the Bible and things like that. As men, bro, we can't be treated like that, just straight up. So guys, it's super important for us to have our discernment up and to be paying attention to how the females behave out here, because a lot of them, man, they seem like they're a good fit, and then all of a sudden, red flags keep popping up, and you can't just brush the red flags under the rug. All right, that's the biggest thing that will lead to destruction. I've done that in the past, and you're just, oh yeah, it'll work out, but red flag after red flag just kept popping up and keep sweeping under the rug, and eventually it's a disaster. When it ends up blowing up. So we got to make sure that we're paying attention to these red flags and, distancing ourselves when we notice them, catching it early, being a step ahead of this stuff, because these girls will expose themselves, especially for guys like us on semen retention. You can't get this stuff past us. We know when somebody is being pure and when they're being honest, right? And interacting with us, in a healthy way. And as soon as somebody is interacting in an unhealthy way, communicating indirectly, playing mind games, trying to abuse, their love or love bombing or using their lust to try to attract us, you know what I mean? All these tactics that, these low vibrational women like to do. We can't be having that, you guys. So super important for us to be aware of this stuff and to, choose accordingly, what type of females we want to be around and stuff like that, you guys. So that's just a couple stories I wanted to share, that I've been dealing with lately. We got to be, on guard as far as, like, who we're attracting and also who we're allowing into our life, because we're going to attract a lot of different females on this journey, bro. And we're going to attract a lot of different types of people, friends too, all types of people, but definitely females as well. So not every female that we attract is going to be right. So we got to make sure that we're, paying attention to what they're doing and the signs, body language, things that they're saying to us, the things they post on social media, the stuff they wear, how much makeup they wear, all different types of stuff, their physical appearance, you guys. All this stuff matters, Might sound crazy, but this matters, as far as picking the right partner for you. So, all right, guys, that's the message that I had, and hopefully I'll be able to get to sleep, guys. That's the last video I'm going to make tonight, because I got to get my ass to bed. All right, much love. Hope you guys got something out of this. Comment down below if you guys want to interact, talk about this topic. Make sure we're on guard with these females, because they will expose themselves to us. So can't keep letting them mess with us once they do that. Got to cut them off. So go check out my podcast, you guys. Unchained podcast on Spotify with my boy Spirit War Martin. And go check out his YouTube as well. He makes a lot of really good videos, you guys, just like videos like this on semen retention and putting God first and all types of stuff, bro. Martin, yeah, he makes amazing videos, you guys. So go check it out. It's my podcast partner, and then our podcast is called Unchained on Spotify. I'm gonna put a link in the description. All right, go check it out. All right, guys. Hope you guys have a good day tomorrow. I will tap in with you guys tomorrow, man. God bless. Hope everybody's staying strong. All right, peace.